What is happening, PGA DFS fans? Thanks for joining me on another one of my short form videos. This one, the top 5 sleepers for the Honda Classic this week. As the PGA Tour turns their calendar over, they head from the West Coast over to Florida here for the next 4 weeks. What I want you guys to do is make sure you like and subscribe to our channel here. You'll get notified of all of these videos when they come live. And of course, when our live shows hit the air and are available on playback. Of course, if you're looking for our live shows, we had one at 1 o'clock here on Tuesday. If you missed that one, make sure you watch it on playback. Our PGA DFS strategy show with myself, Jason Rouslin, and of course, my co-host Ben Raza. And Ben, he'll be back on the airwaves 8 o'clock on Wednesday with Eric Lundquist. Make sure, of course, you comment as well on this video, whether you agree or disagree with some of these picks. And of course, I want to thank Yahoo, the sponsor of these short-form on-demand videos. Let's jump in to my sleepers this week, and let's start off with Doug Ghim. Now, I have had a range of emotions with Doug Ghim this year, and maybe in years past as well. And I was ready to go ahead and look the other way and say, okay, Doug Ghim, maybe it's time to have a little cool off from you after the miscut last week. But when I go into our PGA DFS projections, which are free this week, it's projected as one of the best values on the board. Then when I match it up with his ownership of just 2%, I got to see it out a little bit at least. Even if it's just, say, 5 to 10% of my lineups, I'll be getting leverage on the field based on his ownership. So I say we give him a chance here this week, as Doug Ghim coming in at just $6,600 on DraftKings and just $25 on Yahoo. I'll take a look at his strokes gained. This is from last year here. Maybe this is why I still have a big affinity for him. Strokes gained off the tee, 45th. Strokes gained on the approach, 23rd. Strokes gained around the green, 67th. That is absolutely a profile of golfers that can win here at PGA National, which takes all of your game to be good and to play well here. So for Doug Ghim at $26 on Yahoo, $6,800, on DraftKings, and just 2% ownership, we will take a look at him. Another golfer that has been playing well this year, it's had a pretty good stretch and has kind of earned himself back into his job as he was struggling to find starts, playing out of the 125 to 150 category before the reshuffle. This is Beau Hossler. Beau Hossler coming in at the minimum price on Yahoo this week. Certainly want to take a look at him over there. And just $6,900 on DraftKings with, again, 2% ownership. Plus, he's made a couple of cuts in a row here at this event, 60th and 38th. But I like where the recent form is coming into play for Hossler more so. Came in 48th last week at Riviera after missing the cut at Waste Management. But it was just 3 weeks ago at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. He had a chance to win the event. Now let's take a look at his strokes gained rank and how he gets it done. 95th off the tee this year. That's pretty decent. 184 on the approach. Well, we know he doesn't have a great iron game, but he has a good short game, ranking 112th around the green and 61st putting. So for Beau Hossler this week, I like everything that lines up. $20 minimum on Yahoo, just 2% ownership. All right, this next guy I want to talk about is your absolute total boom or bust play. He has as many top 5s, or top 10s, I should say, as he does miss cuts in his last 8 starts, having both 4 and 4, including a win. I'm talking about Nicolai Hojgaard. He is a twin. His twin Rasmus was seen to possibly be a little bit better than him, but that seemed to flip this year as Nicolai has had a great season, like I said, or his upside has been. And we don't have any statistics on him, nor has he played over here at the Honda Classic, because he hasn't been a PGA Tour member, playing most of his events, obviously, on the DP World Tour. A couple of weeks ago, he did miss the cut, but prior to that, he had the win. So like I said, total boom or bust, the guy that you want to focus on that's going to be probably less than 5% owned this week. The first run projection is about 4%. Now, we run into a situation like Thomas Pieters last week where he gets really highly owned. There is a possibility and something we certainly need to take a look at, because he shouldn't be too much of your player pool this week. His volatility would suggest that you play him in the MME. You look at 10 to 12%, looking to double the field's ownership and try and get one of those good weeks that we know is in there. So those are the same price as Ian Poulter and Rickie Fowler, and all 3 of them are rating out very well in our Awesemo DFS projections, which are free this week, or at least today they are on Tuesday. They're all rating out very well in terms of value. So really, any three which way you go based on our projections and based on the ownership projections are fine. Hojgaard and Fowler, two plays that are certainly in play this week. Now let's talk about Fowler, who finally made his first cut of the calendar year last year at the Genesis Invitational. He looked okay, not great. Now he comes to an event that he really needs a good start at. He is not qualified for the Masters at this point or any other majors. And it would be a shame to not see Rickie Fowler in the majors this year, but maybe that's the way that we're going. Now, his recent course history, not very good. 65th in a missed cut in his last two, but also has a win and 3 or 4 other top 10s here at his basically new home event, living in the Jupiter area. But it has been a struggle for Fowler. Do we see signs of him coming out of that slump, like we did say Jordan Spieth last year? Well, the signs are not as grand, so to speak, as they were for Spieth. But what we do like to see is that his ball striking is coming around a little bit. He gained just over a stroke on the strokes gained approach last week at Genesis. Also, his strokes gained around the green has been starting to get much better. Now, he didn't putt well last week. He lost over 3 strokes on the 4 days, which kind of kept him down the leaderboard a bit. So if we flip that putter this week, which has been a struggle for him, flip the putter as we're back on Bermuda, maybe grass that he's used to seeing here. Flip that putter, keep the strokes gained around the green, keep the strokes gained on the approach. I could see Fowler getting into the top 20, top 15 this week, and at just 5% ownership, a little bit less at this point. I think he's at least worth a look. I mean, you could compare him to, say, somebody like Gary Woodland, who's 8,200 with similar ownership. I think Fowler presents just as much upside as Woodland does this week. All right, last golfer I want to talk about is Lee Westwood. So Westwood come over here from the DP World Tour last year for the Florida Swing. Started with this event, and now he might have missed the cut at it and then went on his crazy run, going through the Arnold Palmer, coming in the top 5 at the Players' Championship. Westwood has some very good history here at this event as well. He's come in 4th before. He's had another top 10 as well. So certainly a course that can suit somebody like Westwood, who struggles with his putter, but is pretty good almost everywhere else. He's projected at 5% ownership right now, coming in at 7,800. And over on the DP World Tour, he's played pretty good. He hasn't played poorly this year, hasn't missed a cut. Actually hasn't missed a cut since the Houston Open on the PGA Tour. So Westwood this week is a guy that I think can give you all 4 rounds and is reasonably priced both on DraftKings and on Yahoo. 7,800 on DraftKings, $34 on Yahoo this week. Look at his strokes gain rank. Again, he didn't play all that much and hasn't played all that much. So 97th off the tee, 77th on the approach, 122 around the green, and 92 putting. All right, that's going to do it for my top 5 sleepers for the Honda Classic. Let's tell you about the deal we have with Yahoo before I get on out of here. And of course, I want to remind you, make sure you comment in the box below whether you agree or disagree with some of these takes here. It's a great way to communicate and have a little bit of fun in the process. So let's tell you about the deal with Yahoo, where if you guys have not signed up for their PGA DFS contest yet, or have not signed up on Yahoo at all, we've got a great deal for you. You can get a free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. All you got to do to get that is sign up for Yahoo, be a new user, make your first deposit, and play in your first paid contest. Now, listen, if you're watching this before Thursday and you want to get access to our projections this week, well, all you got to do, and you've signed up for Yahoo and you're a new user, well, send an email to support@awesemo.com and we will get you all hooked up. So let's go over 5-1 real quickly again. The top 5 sleepers for the Honda Classic: Doug Ghim, Beau Hossler, Nicolai Hojgaard, Rickie Fowler, and Lee Westwood. That'll do it for my short form videos this week. Again, make sure you like and subscribe to get access and notified when our other ones do come live. And of course, our live shows today, Tuesday, 1 o'clock, and tomorrow, live before lock, 8 p.m. on Wednesday. So until next week, everybody, where we head up to the World of Disney World and the Arnold Palmer Invitational just outside of Orlando. Good luck this week at the Honda Classic, and we'll see you then, everybody. Cheers.